Oh! Oh! I know what happened! The update killed it! The last update has ruined it for time travelers for turnip prices. I knew something wasn't right. Oh crap. The update has fixed it. They didn't tell us. Hey bros, welcome back to a new video. Today we're talking about turnip prices, especially for those of you who have done the new update with Jolly Redd and Leif. This one's very important for those of you who are hosts, turnip price hosts. Like when you roll like a 500 or 600 bell price for your either viewers or your friends or the Reddit or whatever. When you rolled before this update, when you rolled that price, let's say a really good price on the day, if you rolled it in the morning, let's say at 8 o'clock, what happens is you got 4 hours to sell at that price, and if it goes past 12 p.m, it's actually okay to come back to 8 a.m. and do it again and re-roll that and sorry, keep using that price. If you got your high price at 12 p.m, you can go all the way to 10 p.m. You can host for 10 hours as long as nobody crashes, which obviously always happens. Somebody always crashes, but you can go all the way up to 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Then, even if you go past by 1 or 2 hours, you can change the time back to the 12 p.m. mark on that same day. As long as you don't wait till the next day, the price stays the same for the morning and the afternoon. The turnip price always stays the same for the morning and the afternoon, as long as you're within that same day. And we've tested this a few times. After the update, everything changed. You can no longer do this as a permanent way to hold one price. And I'm sorry for those of you who have an extremely good price or like 650 or whatever, like I did 648. We didn't even get a chance to sell once because after the update, any change in time backwards, even by a minute, and I'm about to show you, even by a minute. So I'm just getting all the information out there first, and you can watch the rest of the video if you want to see the science behind it. If you roll back even just a minute, why is this guy shaking his head at me? If you roll back even a minute, it will change your price pattern for the entire week. So that means it's almost like going into the next week and having a new pattern set up. You cannot keep the same price. So my recommendation is, once you get a really good price, and you should always try and get it at either 8 o'clock or 12 p.m. So 8 a.m. or 12 p.m. for those of you who re-roll prices like me. Get it during those that first minute of that time slot, and then host for either 4 or 10 hours. And that's it. You don't get to do it again. That's it. You move on to the next week and you find that best price again. And that's how it's going to work from now on. You cannot hold like an amazing price forever. So let's have a look at the turnip price. So now I'm going to do the science. I've given you the conclusion so that you don't have to watch the entire video. But if you want to, we're going to show you how we figured that out, how we lost the price of 648. So normally at 119, what I can do, so let's quit out of this a bit. What day are we on? We're on Thursday, 10:13 a.m. 25th of June. Okay, so 119. Now, if I move forwards in time, that's not a problem. Nobody's going to be bothered by that. So we're going to move forwards in time until we hit. Obviously, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to lose your time. But moving forwards in time is not going to cause any problems. But you don't want to be doing that because you'll lose time to host your island for people to sell their turnips. I don't know how this will apply to Daisy May. I don't really care about Daisy May. In all honesty, Daisy May, even if she sells at 110, doesn't even bother me one bit, because when you look at the selling price going up to 500-600, minimal difference how much Daisy May sells it for. So always buy full stock of turnips is my recommendation to you, especially now. It's going to be harder to find hosts. Of course, you can find them on my channel because I'm a host. You know, I'm always rolling prices. Alright, so we've moved forwards by an hour, and we're going to see what happens to our turnip price now. Yeah, by the way, I do apologize. This video was meant to be a live stream. So that's why there's all this other stuff going on. Just ignore all of it, except the main switch screen there. There's no point of trying to join that Pokemon home thing on the top corner because that would be in the past for you. That wouldn't make sense. So it should still be 119, and that's what we expect. That's normal. That's normal. That hasn't changed since the update. But if I roll back the time, even just for a minute, but of course, the problem with I'm gonna roll back 2 minutes. The problem with rolling back 1 minute is by the time we've actually loaded the game, it might think we're actually on the right time as opposed to the wrong time, because it will take a minute to load up the game. That's how long it takes. Oh man. Yeah, so this video is cropped from a live stream. Ignore everything else that's being said. You guys are welcome to type little messages and get it recorded forever in my videos on the live chat there. Of course, so what I was saying is you can join my channel if you read the description below and join our Discord channel. Then you can get access to my turnip prices as they come along during live streams. You have to be available during the live stream. We have a really good system going. We have a queue system. We use Q exclamation mark join. Thank you, EVN. Q exclamation mark join. That's how we create a list, and we DM each person the code, the dodo code to get in. As long as nobody crashes the game, it can go for hours, and then we do it again. We do it again. All right. So have a look at the price now. On the same day. Now, there's 116. That makes no sense. Before this update, it should still be 119. That is how we lost a 648 price without even knowing it. Nobody told us that this was going to happen, and it did. Okay, 116. Now, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to move to... So what we want to know is whether... So the good thing about moving forwards not affecting the turnip prices, their pattern. The good thing about going forwards not affecting it is that we can still use turnip calculators. That's the good news. And what I'm going to show you now is tips and tricks on how to use turnip calculators. In the bottom left corner there, far left, the little screen, is a website, turnip calculator. You can use any one that you like, but this is my preferred one. You put in a price that you found for that day. I normally start on Tuesday afternoon. That's my favorite place to start because you can always go forwards, right? You can't go backwards. Don't go backwards. You go backwards, you're going to get rotten turnips, you're going to get change in pattern in price, and so on. 116. And you use that to tell yourself whether there's a possibility of a spike. So there's a possibility of a spike in Friday morning. There's a possibility of a spike in Friday morning. So let's have a look at the pattern generator, the pattern predictor over here. It's not a guarantee. It will tell you what the percentage of that spike is. If you scroll down and have a look, it'll tell you that the possibility of a Wednesday spike is 10%, or of a Friday spike is 10%. Doesn't mean that you'll get 600. It's anywhere between 200 to 600. Okay, there's many of these calculators around. Just pick your favorite. There's a 10% chance that if I go to Friday now in the morning, I'll be able to get a spike. So we're going to try that. Okay, so here's some tips for you if you stayed this long into the video. We're going to close this and we're going to move 1 day forwards into the morning of the next day. So this is how I do it. I don't waste time anymore. I don't waste time checking every single day anymore. I used to do that. I started off checking every single day. Then I started checking only Wednesday and Thursdays because those are my favorite time frames to get spikes. And then I started seeing patterns. So we're going to check the price on Friday. This is the tip on how to use turnip price calculators. It tells you it's a Friday morning. Turnip price 155. So the thing is, it was not. So if you put in Friday morning 155, you'll see what happened is that this pattern was never going to be a spike. So have a look over here. The all possible prices. There was no possibility of a spike in this pattern. And it only knows that after you go to the spike, go to that time frame. So that's how you do it quickly, guys. That's how you quickly get turnip prices And that's always been the case, even before the update. So at this point, in order to reset the pattern, you have two choices now. You can go back in time, or you can go forwards in time. Going back in time will reset your pattern, or you can move on to the next Tuesday. I always start on a Tuesday. So we're on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, and I always do afternoon because, well, actually, I used to do afternoons. Things may have changed now. I used to do afternoon because I know I can go back in time into the morning to get a turnip, a spike in turnip price if it was available. Now I can't go back. So I might change my recommendation to Tuesday mornings. EVM Prodigy is just saying, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notification bell to be notified when he uploads. So if you want to join our turnip selling, our hosts, make sure you read the description, subscribe, join our Discord, get on the queue when we start doing it live. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to check the price on a Tuesday. So I'm going to show you one more time how I do turnip rerolls after the Jolly Redd update. I'm going to show you now. So everything you've read up to now is irrelevant. All of it is irrelevant now. None of it matters anymore because the update has ruined it. If you want to learn more, welcome to join our channel. So 70 bells. We're going to punch in, make sure you reset the calculator. I'm going to punch in Tuesday afternoon, 70 bells. Now let's have a look at what comes up. Okay, so you can get a peak price on Thursday morning, afternoon, Friday morning, afternoon. I used to go straight for Thursday afternoon because that actually gives a better prediction for the rest of the week. But I can't revert time. Previously I could. So now I'm going to go to the first peak and record that number. So we're going to go to Thursday morning. Thursday morning, so that's 2 days ahead. So you don't need to waste time. You don't need to waste time. I always go to 8 o'clock or 12 o'clock, depending on which time frame you're checking. You don't go to the middle of the time anymore because then you won't be able to save that time frame anymore. Hit that like button, subscribe. Oh, hang on. Also join the Discord if you love Animal Crossing and Pokemon. We have the best stuff to make the servers FU and organized. Also, your needs, that's the wrong your. Needs is our priority and we have the best owner, so join the Discord. Why are ya slacking? You'll want to follow what I've said in this stream if you've updated your game. But if you haven't updated your game, I suspect that they won't allow you to play online anyway. So chances are you'll probably, if they do, you're in luck. Don't update your game. Don't get Jolly Redd. Don't get Leif. But there are positives to this change if you're a host. Good news, you no longer have to keep the game stuck in one time point forever and never actually enjoy the game. Good news is you can actually progress in the game now because you're forced to. You have no other choice but to progress in the game. I love time traveling. I love it so much. Like, it allows me to grow roses so quick. Like, it's you know, people are often digging up my garden, as you guys, my live viewers would know. They love to dig up my garden. So 100. So now we punch in 100 for the morning price, and we check and see if there is any possibility of a spike, and there is. Friday morning is where the spike is expected to be. So this pattern will not change unless you go back in time. So 1 day forwards, and so you can read a bit more into it. The possibility of that spike is 15%, 15.8% of getting a spike. But even if you get the spike, 200 is considered a spike. Are you gonna keep it? So that's up to you to decide. I prefer to keep around 500 plus. So whenever I hit about 500 plus from now on, I'll stop the game and allow you guys to sell turnips. So make sure you have stocks of turnips ready to go. The best time to do turnips, well, as we all know, the best time to buy turnips, well, is only Sunday morning. Anywhere between 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. you can go to Daisy May to buy turnips if you've already completed your Nook's Cranny, if you're that far into the game. That's the best time to buy them, but it's also the worst time to sell because there's a lot of people waiting around. Don't let your turnips rot. Don't let your turnips rot. If you go past, if you time travel backwards, or you time travel more than until the next Saturday, so Saturday night everything rots, all the turnips rot. Don't let your turnips rot. Hold it. If you want the best time to join us for turnip selling, it'll be sometime during the week, like weekdays, because there will be less of a queue. Sunday tends to have the biggest queue because everybody, once they got the turnips, they want to get rid of it before they rot. Alright, so I'm going to check the price now on a Friday morning, and hopefully we get that peak price, then we can start hosting it. So it's 128, so it was not the, it wasn't the spike, and if you punch it in now, you would know, if you will confirm that basically it was small spike. We got one of the small spike options, or one of the random patterns. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something from that, and don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Sorry, like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the live stream. Okay, I'm back, guys.